Good morrow, good evening, good afternoon, good day, good morning, good night.
Happy Mothering Sunday!
Oh yes, to all the beautiful mothers out there. Our one is up here allowing us to smoke, which is very kind of her.
Our one, because she enjoys the cigar smoking so much.
Yeah, she loves it. She's great.
It's a special treat for her to have the house perfumed by the aroma of the
I remember she was
tobacco.
walking behind you somewhere and she inhaled your cigar smoke, and that's as close as she's come to smoking one.
She enjoys it. Do you remember that? You won't remember the time. Anyway,
we got this. So it's a brand that was started in 18 something or other. It says on the band,
or something like that.
1875, and made popular by Winston Churchill himself when he visited in the 40s.
It was indeed
and
correct.
They brought out the Julieta number 2, the Churchill. But today we have the Mille Fleurs.
And as you'll see, we have the lots of floral arrangements behind us. And Freddie very artistically arranged the rose quartz Nardi ashtray next to the rose pink roses.
So we're going to get a little shot of the cigars moving around. Thank you, cameraman, film producer. So this is a Petit Corona, the same size as the Cedros Deluxe number 3, the Romeo and Julieta Petit Corona, the Romeo and Julieta Club King, and the Romeo and Julieta number 2, I think. So it's all the same.
It's one cigar.
It's one cigar.
Okay, do you want to
take one for yourself?
Nicely boxed.
So this cigar has been released 5 different times with different names.
Does yours smell of anything? Yeah, mine smells great actually, and it's slightly box press profile, which is nice. Do you want to just operate the guillotine for me?
Yes, I will indeed. Let me just put that box on the floor.
The floral.
So let's have a quick look at this. Move it forwards. I'd say about there is good.
Okay, good. Let's fire away.
I don't think you want much more than that. Just, pull the string off. Pull the chain off.
This is the Hugo de Ferrante Memorial Guillotine.
And I'll hold it there, and you let go. Oh! Did it work?
I think it did.
There you go.
Yes.
I'm gonna do one as well.
So you might need to poke that
out with my cigar and.
Oh!
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Beautiful.
Mmm.
May I have the ash lighter, please, as we refer to it in the technical trade
Did
terms.
you fill them up since our last episode? Aha!
Well, I mean, it worked. I don't think that was unfilled. That one.
Right.
Maybe.
I got gas for the lighter that is already filled.
Okay, maybe put that there for the time being, while you make that safe, so that any children wandering by don't.
That's not a good idea. Why would you do that? That's
okay.
awful.
Let me set fire to it. Maybe a close-up of it being set fire to for the pyromaniacs in the audience.
There you go. So yeah, what is it? 42 ring gauge. Medium body.
And one hopes from the Mille Fleurs name.
It's got a very floral bouquet. A floral bouquet. Is it good?
If I had to say a flower, I'd say geraniums.
Yes. Well, I was going more for.
I need to. I mean, I can't believe I applied so much fire and yet applied and received so little in the way of illumination or combustion.
Yeah, people tend to enjoy your very theatrical way of lighting cigars, the flamethrower effect. I like it as well. Look at that. Goodness me, you're going to smoke through the whole thing before you've even got it, It's on fire. Look at it.
Well, it's so bad.
It's on fire.
It's the kind of thing that would have me probably exiled from Cuba if I was caught lighting a cigar like that.
And someone's going to say you should do it in your hand if you have the time, but I have the time, but I'm not bothered.
Max. Not how I brought you up.
There's all these things like, etiquette to smoking cigars, and I think it's really just kind of smoke it how you want to smoke it.
No, because it's such a heavily ritualized activity.
I mean, you can't smoke it like, but I'm sure
you can, but I wouldn't. I think that. What do you think of this?
I haven't had enough time to. I'd say you've got the cedar.
Definitely got cedar.
The sweetness that I normally associate with the Romeos, especially the short
I like
Churchill.
the Romeo for that, I like Romeo and Punch for that sort of...
A little bit spicy on the tip of the tongue.
Yes, and there's a certain... Either it's a tang of youth or it's something else, I'm not sure.
Yes, they are quite young. It's got the brand new EMS stamp on them, the 2021 one.
Maybe that would be another benefit to use
orange
of our second camera there, the close-up.
We've got... now, I don't know the box code. I suppose they're all secret, aren't they? The new box codes.
Oh, you're ahead of me on that already.
Oh, we are. Eddie will know. We'll ask because
Eddie will know. Eddie knows everything, almost as much as Edward.
I think last year was
almost as much as Jowett.
Yeah,
probably. I mean,
almost as much as Jowett. Jowett don't know it ain't knowledge.
It ain't knowledge, as we are well aware. But do you remember? I mean, speaking again of our mother, Mother's Day, Mothering Sunday, Mille, Fleurs. Is this the cigar for the dutiful son enjoying maybe some sort of maternal observances on the day?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Well, I'm glad we worked that out.
Well, you could go for this, or the Club Kings, or the number 2, or the Cedros number 3, or the
whichever one it is.
Whichever one you want, because they're all the same.
But I mean, what we should do is one day arrange a tasting of. I mean, it's essentially one cigar. Maybe there are 3 Romeo and Juliets.
Yeah, do you remember? Get up all the vitolas. Yeah, what's that funny one with the funny name?
The Regalia de Londres. That's a proper one, the Regalia de Londres.
3 Romeo and Julieta sizes that have just been repeated over the years with different names.
It's so good.
Like the exhibition number 4 is pretty much the same as the short Churchill and stuff like that.
Yeah, not dissimilar to what we would call a Robusto, is it?
Yeah,
is there an exhibition number 3? Yes, I think there is, isn't there?
Yeah, and the number 1, or was the number 1 a limited edition? Could quite possibly have been a limited edition.
I have absolutely no idea at all. But we should run a quiz for the viewer, if he's already still awake, or she, on this Mothering Sunday. Because I mean, I imagine many mothers will have tuned in to see this Mothering Sunday special edition.
It's actually quite pleasantly spicy, which I don't know whether that is a tang of youth. But it's not instantly quite as sweet as the wider gauge Churchill blend is. I've always noticed maybe the Petit Coronas, for me, are a little bit more powerful than the Churchills.
I know what you mean.
The flavour's more potent.
I know what you mean. They've kind of... God, what have they done? I mean, let's have a look. Let's see how much ligero there is in this. It would appear not an awful lot at the moment.
But maybe you just haven't reached it. You reached it yet.
Maybe it's
in the middle. Maybe it's not even there.
or Bellado.
Maybe it's not even there. But yeah, it's very good. And this label's very good also, because when I'm serving customers and I forget the birth of the brand, it has the date written on there. I did have someone come and say, can I have the Romeo and Julieta 1875?
And did you say, yes, that's the same as the Mille, that's the same as the Cedros Deluxe?
Well, they've all got 1875 on the table, on the label, so it's a very easy sale.
That's very good. So what do you sell in the whole range? Both vitolas?
They're all the same. Yeah, they're both vitolas, yeah.
But where did you get your tie? Because I love that tie.
This, I think, is a two-tool tie. It's from the Dicky Bow Memorabilia. Check him out, eBay. Very, very good.
Really?
I mean, he's got some crap, but he's also got some good stuff.
It's very good.
It's
sort of like some kind of classified advertising department, this issue. And we got the guillotine for Mother's Day here. This is a famous
Grenville or something. Grenville Rego. Pure wool.
They don't mess around, do they? There's not even a washer's silk thing on.
But this is the real time when people would wear high-waisted trousers and they weren't quite as fat, so your ties didn't have to be as long.
No, I know, that's it. So
now they have to go over a belly and down to like kind of your hips.
Like the Donald Trump.
Exactly like the Donald Trump. So all my ties, especially from Dicky Bow Memorabilia, check him out, eBay, are very, very short.
Is this issue actually sponsored without my knowledge by Dicky Bow Memorabilia, eBay, check him out?
Well, I mean, it's basically like a sponsorship. They're all like quid, his ties. Check him out, eBay.
Well, I haven't checked him out, but now that you mention it, Dicky Bow, you say?
Dicky Bow, yeah.
eBay, check him out, maybe?
Yeah, eBay, check him out, Dicky Bow Memorabilia. £1 ties.
Yeah. And while we're at it, Kirby Allison, I wonder if he's got some new shoe cleaning equipment in this week.
Probably, yeah. How is he actually?
He's in good shape.
He's a really nice man.
We love Kirby. He's one of the sort of constellation now of regulars that appears in our minds, and we bring him. He's in our thoughts, and then we bring him forward to the viewer, as it were.
But he's brought us forward to his viewers as well, which is.
And he's got actually. I mean,
he's got actually viewers.
We only have the singular viewer.
He's
don't
got
forget.
millions.
He does have millions.
Yeah,
Wasn't he in the snowstorms in Texas lately or something?
Polishing shoes. He's an amazing shoe polishing man, isn't he, as well? I got complimented on my shoes by him, and made my
It's
day.
the kind of thing. It's a bit like Jowett complimenting on your knowledge. Do you know what I mean? Benjamin Jowett.
It's a very nice draw. But I suppose Gemma Freeman has probably sent you some of the better examples, but I'm sure they're all very well made.
You know, this actually is a very nice, very easygoing.
Yeah.
What other things are in the Petit Corona? Is that a Siglo 2?
Siglo 2 is indeed a Petit Corona.
That's a great vitola. 42 ring gauge, 42 ring gauge is it? So a Tre Petit Corona is 40?
A Tre Petit Corona, also known as a Perla, I think, is a 40, yes.
Okay.
And Romeo do their Petit Princess, which is a Perla, but I think it might be discontinued now. And that's actually one size that hasn't been recreated yet.
What was the ultra thin Romeo that they used to have?
There was Entreacto, which is kind of the Petit.
That's the size of a child's little finger or something, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a good cigar. Well, I prefer the Dumer if we're going to go for
that size. The Dumer. Or the Du Député was my favourite. What is that? Is that a Tre Petit Corona or is that 38 ring gauge?
It's either no, it's a 40 or a 42, I think.
No, it's not.
No, it's a 38, isn't it?
38. I see. I'm right.
It's a third. Is it a Trabuco size? It is a Trabuco size, the same as the. No, is it a 40 by 110 or is it a 38 by 102? God knows.
I don't think it's a 110. I think it's a 102 because it's not. I remember that when I was your age and I had a job in the newspaper industry working for the Evening Standard.
That's where you would smoke, isn't it?
I would go to the Caprice, a restaurant that used to be open in Arlington Street.
And up until recently.
I would have a fish cake, and then I would go to Edward's shop, buy one of these Joyeux du Députés. And then the great thing was you could smoke them in taxis at the time. So I would set fire to it and then sort of call a taxi, and he would say, "Where to, Gov?"
Where to, Gov?
And I would say, follow that car. There'll be an extra guinea in it for you, my man. And I would go back to the office and come in smoking a cigar, saying, "Stop press," or whatever it is. The ones that we're on the stone, or whatever. I mean, you know.
I want pictures of Spider-Man on my desk now.
I want pictures. And then, you know, and those were the days, hot metal and so forth.
Well, that sounds great.
That's what it was like in newspapers at the time.
It's a nice cigar, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. It's calmed down a bit, maybe because my palate has desensitized, but it's not quite as spicy as it was at the beginning.
There is cedar, definitely there is cedar. Actually, that's one of the few times that actually I can... There is something definitely pleasantly woody, and you've got that kind of sawdust sort of smell.
You do, don't you?
Yeah. Maybe it's a little.
I got piney kind of flavour.
Yeah, I know what you mean. There's a kind of lightness to it, isn't there?
Yes, there is.
But there's a sort of.
It's interesting.
Character. It's got character.
Yes,
it's mettlesome, you might say. Mettlesome.
Mineral. What's mettlesome?
Mettlesome, lively, spirited.
All right, I've not heard that one. I like that.
Oh, I think this is a little mettlesome cigar.
It's also got the kind of mineral, not kind of irony, like gamey, like the Bolivars, but there is something.
Yeah.
Maybe similar to Quaba in a way.
Yeah, no, Quaba is for this. I mean, the thing about the Quaba obviously is the size, and that dictates so much. I mean, also the thing
the
is
small ones are good, but they can be quite punchy. The small ones.
Yeah, but you're delivering a hell of a lot of tobacco to a small part of the palate when you've got those. Because even the smaller ones, what are the smaller ones? They're sort of like must be about 44, 46.
Petit bouquet, yeah, but that's at its widest point.
Yeah,
I mean,
so then you've got this funnel of sort of, you know, then you're kind of delivering this.
They look really cool though.
They are brilliant, and also the great thing is because they're so fiendishly difficult to roll, they put actually good rollers on them.
Yeah, like grade 9 rollers.
Grade 9 rollers, or grade 10 out of 8, or Brigado Pyramid, whatever.
They get the best ones, and I think the smaller ones of those are actually the harder to roll than the larger ones.
So this is great. So this is the wonderful paradox of Cuba, is that one of the least known, lesser expensive, smaller sizes of cigars is actually the hardest to make and made by the most skilled rollers.
Yeah, well, I mean, they made that mistake, I think, with a lot of the Joyeux du Mers, at least recently. They didn't seem to get skilled rollers on them, and they all came in either really plugs, like brilliantly plugs. Not for Edward. Edward could smoke anything. Or you could fold them in half.
I don't mind the foldable cigars, I have to say.
It's easy to carry around, I suppose.
Easier to carry around, and when you finished it, you could just sort of tie a knot in it, maybe, to sort of remind you where you stopped, and then you can untie it later.
Yeah.
Do you think we should give the viewer a break now? It's being Mother's Day, maybe they want to go away and make a cup of tea for them. Or maybe you want to make a cup of tea and bake a cake for your mother.
Well, we got us some nice tarts and stuff. And,
you're the
strawberry tart or whatever it is.
And have you burnt your hand?
Yeah, making the pizza actually. We're putting it in the oven.
Jesus Christ, this is such a hazardous life.
Yeah, oof, it really hurt actually.
Well, I don't know about you, but I need a rest.
Yeah, I could do that. See you tomorrow.
Or later on this afternoon.
5 minutes for you, or not even,
not even,
half a second.
Yeah. I mean, through the magics of the modern world, but
shower, all that.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're back.
Whoa!
Oh, God Almighty, that was.
Woof.
Yes.
Here we are. And
well, what were we discussing in the interval there?
We were talking about our range of clothing.
Yes, viewer.
Which will be one size fits all.
We're thinking of a range of clothing, viewer. We've been approached by many international brands.
One size fits all. What was it? If it's too big, put on some weight. If it's too small.
As our upcoming merger with the LVMH group of companies, we've got to develop a fashion arm, I think. So our fashion division will be working with Drake's. Maybe on a range of cigar.
That would be great actually.
Cigar smoking relevant equipment.
We could sell.
Maybe work with Kirby on some cigar smoking footwear.
We could sell socks with cigar pockets in them.
Yep. I mean, there's no end.
Like really high socks with pockets for cigars.
But you know what? Actually, that's not a bad idea because when you're in a black tie situation, you want to maintain the svelte line of your garment. You don't want to have cigars and lighters everywhere. So if you had your sock like like those gun holsters they have.
Yeah, like Lara Croft.
Well, or not. Or like Lara Croft. We could then have the whole arrangement at the leg.
Yeah. Who else does that?
Nobody. I mean, that would be the unique selling proposition of this thing. But back to Mother's Day, the Mille Fleurs, the floral arrangements, the aroma, the delicate bouquet.
Yes, I think we came to the conclusion it's a bit young. Tad young.
Bit young, so one to lay down.
Yeah, or just smoke the Romeo number 2 or the Cedros Deluxe number 3.
Cedros Deluxe. But we sort of...
But I think it's a very pleasant, kind of all-round,
easygoing, entry-level cigar.
Yeah, I think it's good.
Perfect for Mother's Day when you want to concentrate on your mother so you don't have too much time for a cigar and you don't want anything too complex.
Yeah. You don't want something to offend her
sensibilities. Yeah. You want something that's got that kind of slightly feminine name to it. Something floral, maybe. I mean, what better cigar for Mother's Day than there is? I don't know.
Yeah, I think
maybe the Romeo and Julieta Cedros Deluxe number 3. Would that be the same size?
Maybe the number 2 Tubos, possibly the Petit Corona. I think there's a few options we can go for here.
All in the same size.
All in the same size.
I mean, what a versatile brand.
It's not bad, is it? And then you've got the exhibition number 4, same size.
And the Regalia de Londres, my favourite. I mean, everything should be called the Regalia de Londres.
It is good. Paul Aranyaga did a regional edition of the Regalia de Londres, I think, with that very gold, swanky band. God almighty. The band's good, actually, on that.
They're
I love
so tiring, those bands. What were the brilliant ones? There was the Paul Aranyaga Magnifico, whatever it was.
Yeah, the Magnifico, and also the
Sobresaliente. That's a nice cigar, the Sobresalientes.
That was 2016 or something? Good cigar.
Very good cigar. And
big cigar.
Viewer, sit up. Pay attention. Max is going to say something important.
What's that?
I have no idea.
Alright, well, something of great importance is that we will return next time smoking a different cigar. Possibly the very interesting Hoyo du Député from 2001.
You know, I have a fondness for the Hoyo du Député, and we would be able to do a particularly academic, scientific, and
we'd smoke a new one and
intelligent
an old one.
tasting. We'd smoke a new one and an old one.
A 20-year-old cigar and a 1-year-old cigar, and see what happens.
We might enjoy them.
Yeah, as tied together with rubber bands.
No.
Like a shotgun, like a barrel.
It'd be so good, and then
shotgun.
Each side of our palate would have to come.
Yeah, like this, out of each side, like
yes,
this.
We do
like a walrus. Okay.
Like a walrus. Anyway, that could be the song from a Madonna song, Like a Walrus.
Yeah, there you go.
Smoked for the very first time.
Very first time.
Like a walrus. Smoking a cigar.
There you go.
Anyway, viewer.
It's the new record.
I think we can,
like
a range of cigar smoking songs.
Like a walrus.
I mean, do you remember that? Wasn't there a fireman who became an international singing star because he sang a sea shanty?
Oh, what? Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I heard that sea shanty. I thought it was really weird.
Yeah, but he's an international internet sensation, this man.
Is he an Irishman?
No, I think he's English or something. But anyway, he's an international internet sensation.
Yeah, apparently that's a big thing.
The internet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe it might catch on.
Yeah. It's a good thing. On the what was the old name for the TVs, the box TVs?
The cathode ray tube.
Cathode ray, the internet on the cathode ray tube.
Yes, happy days they were.
I
was discussing with Mummy today when I took her out for her Mother's Day
Lady Mother.
Lady Mother. I took her out for them, and I said, "How times have changed." Because she was making some observation about the sort of general kind of poor quality of life in the modern age. And I said, well, look at the newsreel footage from our childhood, And I said, I remember when the rag and bone man used to ride down the street in a horse and cart. I mean, you don't believe me, but this was like Victorian England.
Black and white minstrel show.
Yeah, I mean, can you believe...
that was still on when you were a kid, right?
Can you believe that?
Was that sort of Rag and Bone Man as well?
Yeah, the Rag and Bone Man. Actually, not the singer, the Rag and Bone Man, but actually the actual Rag and Bone Man.
Was there anyone going along saying, bring out your dead, or something like that?
No,
people bringing
no,
out,
no.
Plague victims.
That was the plague.
Bring out your dead.
No, that was a little earlier.
Ring the bell.
No, but
5 years earlier.
But the Rag and Bone Man was exceptional. I mean, he used to ride along on this kind of horse and cart.
What would he do? Just kind of clean stuff and sell
rag
stuff?
And bone and other stuff. I think which is it not? It's not our mutual. Which one is it? Which Dickens novel is it where there's a man at the dust yard, the Rag and Bone dust yard?
Blue Elementals.
No. It's not one of my favourite ones, but I can't remember. Something like Dombey and it's not Dombey and Son. It's.
I mean, Jowett would know.
Jowett would know, I don't. I mean, Jowett may be a bit early for this, actually. Even Jowett.
Look into the future. He could look into the future.
Jowett knew everything. Viewer, I sense that we are beginning to lose the plot, which rather presupposes that we ever had a grasp of it in the first place. So I think I've given... Well, I mean, honestly, I've given myself a lot to think about there.
I was also going to say, we noticed from tapping the ash, there's not a great deal of Ligero in this cigar. Which isn't always a bad thing, because that sometimes can lead to quite a powerful smoke.
They can get flavour out of the other Circunvalado quite nicely, I think.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm sure there's, I think they don't put Ligero in cigars under like 33 ring gauge or something like that.
But I mean, yeah, but there's no room in a 33 ring. I mean, but they wouldn't put Ligero in this, I don't think. They don't no need to.
I wouldn't have thought so. I mean, they would do obviously in the Partagas Petit Corona.
Partagas would be just like a
Ligero all the way through,
and then just douse it in petrol to sort of.
Yeah.
Anyway, listen.
Anyway, we're going to stop because we're boring you and rambling on and talking rubbish. So we do that all the time, though.
We do that all the time, but I think that there are times when we should maybe bear the viewer's sanity in mind and bear Freddie's sanity in mind and say thank you very much indeed. Fighting the virus one corona at a time.
Petit Corona, goodbye.